and join them under their wings so I wouldn't have to do things that others would have to do. But I said no. And at the time, the language I used was I can't be nobody's B word because I was ignorant. And that was the title of somebody who was weak in that environment. And when I look back, I still can't believe that I'm still here talking to you, because when you come from there and you're nobody, and you talk to somebody of that rank in that way, usually it doesn't end too good. Usually you don't even keep your life. But I said it 9 times that night, and I'm still here, so it's possible. So I grew up with a lot of abuse. I was sexually abused, physically abused, emotionally, and mentally. There was a lot of times that I had to protect my mom from dudes that were fighting her and whatnot. That was hard. I was just a little boy. Like, my first memory is a violent event. Yeah. And one time, like, I had to protect her, and I was just a little kid, so I jumped on this dude's back, and he almost kicked me down this flight of stairs, and I almost died that night, but thank God I didn't. So I know pain, I know struggle, and that's what led me to use and abuse. I watched my dad. He wasn't always there. He is now, but he wasn't always there for me. So I didn't know what a father was, what it was like to have a father, which is another reason why we go to gangs, because that's our family. We learn that's our family. Our comrades become our brothers. Our higher ups become our father figures. And I didn't have that growing up. But it's okay now. I forgave my dad and whatnot. We're cool now. But at the time, that's who was there for me. And because of that, I was led down a wrong path, a really painful path, but I believe it's where I needed to be because I attained all that knowledge, and I could protect young ones from this. I could protect my son, my sons, my children, your children, because the youth are the most valuable asset we have in this nation. Thank you. So that's what made me get clean and get sober. I made a promise to Creator that if He gifted me with a son, and I'm not sure, well, I guess our Ojibwe teaching Creator is male, but I also feel like that's a female spirit, I guess, being two-spirited. And I made a promise. I said, if you give me a son, I'll stop what I'm doing. I'll pick myself up because I'm lost, I'm abusing, using all kinds of drugs and alcohol to numb my pains because I don't know how to cope. But I picked up hip hop along the way, and that kept me alive and out of jail and busy with my hands, my voice. I said, if you give me a son, I'll stop all that, and I'll pick up our ways, and I'll get sober, and I'll get clean. And it took me a while. He was born. It took me a couple years before I straightened up. But one day I'm in university. It's like my second year in university. I just thought, this is it. This is the time. Spirits woke me up. I don't know how many traditional people we have in the crowd, but spirits just woke me up. It wasn't really by choice. Alarms were going off early in the morning, like same time, all the time, waking us up. You take the battery out of it and it's still going off, and smoke alarms and whatnot. So then I had to go to ceremony. And I was in university at the time. I wanted to become Grand Chief, so I could bring back the traditional chiefmanship about putting your people first, instead of, like back in the day, our chiefs, they would give you the shirt on their backs, and they would give everything they had. And that's the kind of chief that I wanted to be. I wanted to give everything I had, be the poorest but the richest in the people that are beside me, that they're happy and they have what they need. So that was my goal in university. I'm still in university. I'm in my third, fourth-ish year. But But now I'm changing my direction from native governance and that direction to psychology, to be a psychologist, clinical psychologist, help people one-on-one. But I still have the drive to help our nation, and law comes natural. So that's what led me to be clean and sober. My son, our ways, our culture. And I was sober for almost nearly 2 years then, but then I fell off for about 2 weeks in July of 2015. And then that's when I met my partner, Mary Black. Met at a club and I was still using. Like I said, I fell off for 2 weeks, but then when I met her and we got to know each other, I realized she had something special and she was on a healing journey. So naturally, being able to see these things in people, I just thought I had to quit and I had to get back on the path because I couldn't be with her otherwise, because I was going to dwindle her healing and whatnot. I had given up because I saw so much bad in the world and I wanted to share it with somebody, and it just seemed like it just wasn't happening. And then all of a sudden she just showed up. So then I just quit cold turkey, just like that. And July 30th, 29th, will be 2 years that I'll be sober and clean again. So if you think about it, I've almost been sober and clean for 4 years with a 2-week fall off, which is not too bad. Okay, so that's my story, and now we walk together and we're clean and sober, and we talk to our communities, try to spread positivity. And one of the things that helped me stay sober was my music and the culture, but basically looking in my children's eyes and my partner's eyes and realizing that it's better to be balanced and stable than destructive and lost. So I don't know how much time I have here right now, but I'm gonna sing a verse a cappella,